Hey everybody, Ray here. Just got my Monoprice Memphis Blue Classic dynamic microphone. I already opened it up and got some of the packaging out because I only have one hand and I'm not using a stand for the camera. Comes in a nice little white box, beautiful white cardboard, and it comes in a bigger cardboard box with some air infused packaging that. Not bubble wrap, but they got it, I guess, bigger stuff. Anyways, packaging. Came in pretty good. Comes in this nifty little plastic case. I guess it's not bad. It's got little slide locks on them right here. And when you open it up, there is the microphone. It came with just two little pamphlets. One about the little rubber grommet here for your XLR cord cable. Like this one right here. So this one has one on there, so it snugs up to the fitting. Pretty good. The mic. Yeah, man. Besides the packaging being pretty sweet, the mic is pretty sweet. I did not expect it to be this big. I've seen a couple of the retros, but I could have swore they were smaller, but that was some years back. Anyways, this thing's kind of a beast. It's heavy. The fit and finish on it is sweet. This on-off switch is supposed to be noiseless. Feels pretty decent. I really can't see any type of imperfections or anything like that, less the very bottom, which is just nitpicking. You can see how it's just not finished awful great right around here. A little burry, but nothing that's going to cut your fingers or anything like that. I plugged the cord in and it fits pretty snug and decent, so it's got good connection that way. Not too much more I can really tell you about it, except it is a beautiful mic. For about $70 shipped, you can't beat that unless it sounds terrible. On that note, I have the specs here. I was going to compare, the only thing I could find to compare it to kind of was the Shure Super 55. That's just my little note right there. Here's some of the specs for the mic itself. You can see that pretty good. I'm not sure, I'm not qualified to be like no mic specialist or anything, but it was interesting to see the decibel range and the frequency, the hertz to kilohertz, and to see how the mic performs and at what levels. I did a poor man's little hand chart. I tried to do this over my phone to get as accurate as I can. Kind of traced it. That was a trip. You ought to try to do that one day. You will have hours of fun. Anyways, you can see here on the decibel side, the Shure starts off at about 12, minus 12, and then it goes up to right around 3 or something like that, minus 3. And until you get up to the 1K, it starts to rise slow, right up until about the 9K area, and then you see how high it jumps. It has a sharp drop right in between, and comes all the way down to the 20K mark. And that bottoms out at about, I think that would be like 15, minus 15 right there. So it was interesting because the Monoprice on their chart, now I think I've seen different specifications from online, so I don't know if this is dead on accurate. Anyways, this one is way down here at minus 60. Or I think it's just a tad above minus 60. It runs up to about 53 here at the 50 hertz, but you see how far below 50 it goes. But I think on the specs it was saying only 50. Anyways, so it starts off about 22 on the chart, 22 hertz it goes down to. But see how flatlined it is all the way across? And not until you get up to about 11K does it really start. Well, I wouldn't say really, but it just has a slight jump. And then it drops off and ends right around 18. So it doesn't quite hit the 20K mark. But that's pretty flatline. The only thing, what I don't know is the difference between, I'm thinking the sensitivity of it. Maybe the Shure has better sensitivity. But it is interesting on the levels, how it works across. anyways, the Shure mic is about $250, and for 70 bucks shipped to your house, I can let the minus 60 go. So let's hope it sounds good. We'll find that out in a couple days. Again, this thing, if it stinks, will make a great paperweight because it is heavy. And it is beautiful. I have to admit that there's no flaws on this. I have another Monoprice mic that was their large diaphragm multi-pattern lollipop, and I'm pretty impressed with that mic. I got 2 of them. They're pretty sharp. They don't make them anymore or carry them anymore, and this one might be one that they kind of lose too, because they've been going through this little phase where it seems like they have something good, but when you find out about it and buy it, the next thing you know, they no longer have it. So I guess it's a hit or miss thing. I'm not quite sure. I'll be using this hopefully this weekend, and we'll see what how it sounds vocal wise. Again, it's a dynamic, and it's the Memphis Blue classic dynamic microphone. Exit stage right. Okay, that's about it. So we'll see. Couple days. Thanks. Peace.